Split infinitives. What a fascinating topic. A split infinitive occurs when an adverb or adverbial phrase is placed between to and the base verb. For example, instead of saying to eat hungrily, we might say to hungrily eat. This construction has sparked quite a debate among grammarians. Some argue that split infinitives should be avoided, while others insist there's nothing inherently wrong with them. The truth is, there's no official rule against them, but there are some guidelines that can help us navigate this gray area. In general, it's often clearer to keep related words together. For instance, consider the phrase, "This app helps you to quickly, easily, and conveniently work." It flows better as, "This app helps you to work quickly, easily, and conveniently." When you can move the adverb after the infinitive without losing meaning, that's usually the way to go. However, there are exceptions where split infinitives can be preferable. The first is clarity. Take the sentence, "They need to read carefully translated manuscripts." Here, it's ambiguous whether carefully modifies read or translated. By splitting the infinitive, we clarify that carefully refers to read. They need to carefully read translated manuscripts. The second exception is for emphasis or style. Sometimes splitting the infinitive just sounds better. A classic example is the famous phrase from Star Trek, "To boldly go where no one has gone before." It has a certain rhythm and impact that, to go boldly where no one has gone before, simply lacks. Now, let's talk about passive infinitives. Just like other verbs, infinitives can be expressed in the passive voice. In this construction, the subject receives the action instead of performing it. To form a passive infinitive, you use to be followed by the past participle. For example, lao to do becomes to be done. You might say, "I was hoping to be given an A on my paper." Here, the focus is on receiving the action of being given the grade. You can also use passive infinitives with both full and bare infinitives. For instance, she expected to be thrown the ball since she was open. This structure emphasizes the action being done to the subject, which can be quite effective in certain contexts. Next, let's explore continuous infinitives. These represent ongoing actions, similar to verbs in the continuous tense. Instead of the base form of the verb, continuous infinitives use to be, followed by the present participle, or the ash-ing form. So, to do becomes to be doing. For example, you might say, "I'd prefer to be sleeping right now." This conveys a sense of ongoing desire. Another example is, "It would be a nightmare to be waiting outside in this storm." Here, the continuous infinitive emphasizes the unpleasantness of the situation. In summary, while split infinitives can sometimes be avoided for clarity, they also have their place in the language. Whether for emphasis or clarity, understanding how to use them effectively can enhance your communication. And remember, passive and continuous infinitives add even more versatility to your writing. Embrace the nuances of the English language, and don't be afraid to experiment with these structures.